Welcome to INTELLO videos. This is the second video of the latest INTELLO software release. It's providing a general introduction to the new INTELLO software. It is highly recommended that you view these videos in order for the best understanding of the software. In this video we will build a new procedure, creating links, creating plots and save data and procedures and run it on our work system. We use a battery holder with a coin cell battery to illustrate this measurement. Welcome to INTELLO. Let's see how new procedures are built in INTELLO. We start from the Procedure Explorer in the left upper corner. So here's Procedures. Select the plus button to create a new procedure. The plus button is here. We are immediately prompted to give the procedure a name. Please do so for proper bookkeeping. In this case, we're going to charge and discharge a battery. Charge discharge. We can put the description of the battery in here. We can define the main required instrument. So we can here define at high accuracy or high voltage mode. Floating is off. And we press OK. The default run name, so where the data is stored, you can define automatically. So it will use the procedure name, so charge discharge, plus, for example, a cell ID. And the cell ID can be in the main parameters. And you can also enter extra words to it. Battery 1, for example. The cell ID is available in the cell properties, and you only have to show it here. Press OK. And then you can define, for example, a name, Autolab. So the name of the data will be charge discharge Autolab battery 1. Then we're going to select the unit scaling, and that's in milliamps because we're going to apply milliamps instead of amps, and it's easier to define in your procedure. Good, that's fixed. Also in the procedure you can select the end state, but the end state by default the cell is switched off. Then we have the apply settings command, and in the apply settings command you can switch in different modes to galvanostatic. So instead of applying a potential, we're now going to apply a current, and this current is applied in the 100 milliamp current range. Yeah. So every procedure starts with a procedure settings command and an apply settings command. That's standard for each procedure. Additional apply settings commands tiles may be placed at any point in the procedure sequence to modify one or more parameters or settings. We're going to add an additional command from the command list, and this is the repeat loop, for example. So we can drag and drop repeat loop in the sequence, and underneath the repeat loop we're going to add a chrono method. So here we're going to add it like this, and we do 3 different levels of current. You will see a blue line between the chrono commands. This means that there's no time gap between those commands. So these commands are executed seamless. All right, now we can define each current level. So we start with the first current level. Let's say we start at 0 milliamp for 10 seconds. And we want to measure the potential and the current. We can add the duration to the main parameters. At the moment, the main parameters are empty, but if you want to use always the same duration for each current level, you can create a link and link to main parameters, and then you can create a new parameter, so the duration, 10 seconds. The same you can do for the next current level, and now we're going to apply 20 milliamp, for example, also for 10 seconds, and you can create this main parameter, the duration. So this also becomes 10 seconds, and we measure the current and potential. And the last step, we do minus 30 milliamps for 10 seconds, and again we can link it to the duration. The moment we're going to change this, let's say 20 seconds, all commands are also changed to 20 seconds. Yeah? But we don't want to measure for 20 seconds. Let's say this 8 seconds. The repeat loop, you can also link to the main parameters. Open the repeat loop. Repetitions is now set to 3, but we can create link to main parameter, create new parameter. Repetitions. The order is not logic at the moment, so we can modify this by just drag and drop the repetitions before the duration. In this edit main parameters window, you can also see what values are linked to this main parameter. So you see here the duration of step 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So my procedure is finished. This is my procedure. But at the moment, I cannot start it because it's not linked to a work system, not linked to a Vionic. I drag and drop it inside of my Vionic like this, and now my start button becomes available. The data is stored in my personal folder, and we can also save the procedure to a library and press save. Now the procedure is saved and the data which is measured is stored in my personal data folder. The only thing which we have to do now is create a plot. We just drag and drop the repeat loop in my plot ribbon, and we're going to create a custom plot. On the x-axis we select the time, and on the left y-axis we have the potential, and on the right y-axis we have the current. INTELLO already gives it a different color, and then we press create. So this is what we're going to apply, and this is what we're going to measure, and we measure also what we apply. That's the WE current. Now it's ready to start, and we can press the start button. The new feature of this new version of INTELLO is that we can follow for each individual step the amount of data points. So now it's at step 20 milliamps, and then the next step will be at minus 30 milliamp. This is the overall data, so all the data is stored in this ribbon here, but we can also select at the end of the experiment for each individual step accordingly. So this is a new way of showing and keeping track of the data. Double click on the graph, and we can follow the data in real time. This is the last measurement. The data is stored in my data folder. And you see here, charge, discharge, Autolab battery 1. That's what we've defined in the measurement. Thank you for watching INTELLO videos. If you found this INTELLO video helpful, please like and share with your colleagues. You can subscribe to the Metrohm Autolab YouTube channel so you're notified when new videos are available.